Alex Hormozi's Money Models Part 2. The $90 million launch day breakdown. Do you know Alex Hormozi made $90 million in 48 hours last weekend? Yeah, that's right, not 90,000, not 900,000. $90 million from selling a book. This book launch went live on YouTube, and everyone's celebrating his book success, but they're missing the real story. This wasn't a book launch. This was the biggest money extraction event I have ever seen. Let me explain. I spent the last week breaking down exactly how he did it, and what I found will change how you think about business forever. See, most people think Alex makes money from buying his companies at acquisition.com. Wrong. His media business just made more in 2 days than most companies make in their entire lifetime. So please watch to the end. I'm going to show you the next 10 minutes the exact system Alex used to turn a $30 book into $90 million. And I'm going to explain why 99% of the entrepreneurs will fail if they try to copy him. That's why you have to stay to the end. I'll show you exactly what you can do, because you'll be copying the wrong thing. Let me explain. Let me just break down and show you the numbers that will just blow your mind. Here's the story. Alex wanted to launch his 3rd book. If you want, I actually broke down his other 2 books in this video here, and you can watch those after this one. He wanted to make it bigger than his previous launches, of course, right? He just wants to do everything big and grow. The truth is, but most book launches only make like $100,000, maybe $1 million if it's going great. I know some authors that make almost nothing on their book launches. What he did is he built a system to extract maximum value from every customer. And then by doing so, he made $90 million in 48 hours. That's the real story, the systems that he built. And these systems allowed him to break the Guinness Book of World Records for the fastest selling nonfiction book of all time. Yeah, he even had the Guinness Book of World Records there at the event, measuring it. Also, this is part 2. If you want to see part 1, look over here. This video is like literally a demo of me breaking down his text and email sequences, his funnels, how he warmed up the book for months, registering for the live event. I go through the buying process. I even sign up for the VIP and the bonuses. So go watch all that over here, and you can literally copy what he did. And all this went live. The launch went live on Saturday, and also kind of interesting that the whole thing became an event to go live. So let's break down the numbers, starting with 3 million books sold in just 48 hours to this audience on the live call. At $30 a book, that's $90 million just from the books. That's just the beginning of the money. That's not where the real money came from. So let's compare this. The book launch. His entire company at acquisition.com has a portfolio, he will say, of $250 million a year across all the businesses. So this single launch made more than most companies make ever. And everyone thinks the book made the money. The book was just the entrance fee, or the lead magnet, if you will. So let me break down the real money machine. Here's where it gets crazy. The upsell sequence. Let me just lay it out for you. So we talked about you buy the book for $29. You can get the VIP bump. There were some other bumps when you bought it. The next thing he was offering on the call, on the live event and after, is buy 200 books and you'll get more bonuses for $6,000. Imagine, what are you gonna do with 200 books? I guess you're gonna have to give them away as gifts. The next offer was 600 books plus free coaching sessions with his office in Vegas for $18,000. So this is the beginning of his offer stack. $30 book, $6,000 high ticket, $18,000 high ticket. And I don't know where you're gonna store all these books. But why does this actually work? It's called an offer stack. And the first purchase proves that you'll spend some money. You'll click the credit card pay button. The second purchase proves you'll spend big money, $6,000. And now you're going to store 200 books. The third purchase proves you're actually a whale, what they call a whale-sized customer. You are the high ticket getting the most value out of Alex. So each step finds the people who spend more. So the psychology is, it's not about the books. It's about finding high value customers, and you can do the same in your business. Books are just that sorting mechanism, right? The real profit comes from the back end programs. I'm gonna break those down further, so keep watching. Let me just break down the money. If 1% buy that 18K package, that's 18 million right there. If 5% buy the 6K package, that's 150 million. right there. And these aren't crazy conversion rates. I'm sure Alex got those conversion rates. I'll be interested to see what they were when he does his tax return and tells us what he really made. This is why he made 90 million in 48 hours. And the real truth is the media empire. It's about media. And for most companies, you have to do some media. So most people think he makes his money from investing in the acquisition.com. They're wrong. The real revenue is the promotion of the book plus his prior books, 7 million, monthly workshops he's doing at 5 million per year. He has high-end coaching at 7 million per year. His YouTube audience and ads make $1 million per year. So his total media income is well over 110 million. Why does this matter? His media business makes more than his actual business. Isn't that amazing? And you see everyone doing it all over the place, not just Alex. So I want to encourage you, study what he's doing here. You can apply it to your business too. And so with 10 million followers, he's got himself a money printing machine. I bet by next year we find out he's a billionaire. You see, every piece of content creates more customers because content creates impressions. That means more people find you through your content. Those customers become investment opportunities, and it's an endless money loop. It's called the flywheel. Jim Collins trademarked that name in the book Good to Great, where you build this flywheel and you just start turning it faster and faster once you get it working. So see how it works? Content gets followers. Followers buy the products. The customers need investment from Alex. Success creates more content and social proof. And the loop speeds up and speeds up. But let me break down the systems that nobody sees. This is sort of my gift. I'm always breaking down the systems that launch companies from behind the scenes at like a CTO type function, making sure the business has the platforms they need to grow. So here's what happens behind the scenes when 3 million people buy something. Here's the real infrastructure you need. You need to process millions of payments almost instantly during his launch live sequence. You have to ship the millions of books worldwide. He chose to use the US Postal Service, probably because they have the best distribution. He mentioned he has multiple distribution centers so he can get the books out faster. You have to have customer service for 3 million orders. You can't lose the orders. You got to make sure you fulfill them. And then a lot of the orders came with bonuses and VIP bumps that were digital products. You have to send all those out. So you need to make sure you're distributing the digital products out to your customers. And so you have to track every single purchase for follow-up, because after the sale, you should see how many emails I have. I mean, I'm getting like 20 a day about my VIP bonuses and follow-up bonuses and follow-up events. So let me break down what happens, what will break if you don't have these systems. You won't succeed because your payment processors will shut you down. We had a client run into this. They literally couldn't process payments anymore. The shipping that you're using can't handle that volume. Your customer service can't handle the number of requests. Your website will probably crash under the traffic load. Your orders might get lost or duplicated. People have the same name or buy with the same email. That can often confuse the system and mix up the orders and the accounts. And then unhappy customers are then going to demand refunds. You probably can't process that number of refunds and you're going to have to give the money back. And honestly, here's why I can tell you this. Because I've built systems for companies Alex's size, 50 million, up to over multi-billion-dollar companies. I've even worked on Merit.com, the second largest website behind Amazon.com. And I am even impressed by this infrastructure. Alex has really built some solid platforms. I actually haven't found any bugs in his. I almost always find bugs in everyone's funnels. That's what I do. I kind of geek out on studying their sales and marketing systems. I haven't seen any flaws in Alex's, so good job, Alex and Alex's team. Okay, so here's the key point. You guys can copy his offer, you can read the book, but you can't copy these systems. That's why most people fail. They don't have the systems infrastructure to run this kind of operation. So here's why you can't copy this. Everyone's going to try to copy Alex because they can see it online and watch him. Here's why they're going to fail. He has 100 million followers, but he's built them up over a decade. He has a proven track record with previous launches. He's an author that publishes lots of content and does lots of workshops. His team can handle $90 million in 48 hours. He has relationships with payment and shipping partners. And he has this brand brand authority that people will even trust with $18,000 purchases. So here's the gap. So where are you? Let's take a look at the gap. You're gonna copy the offer structure. That's not gonna work. You're gonna copy the pricing structure. That's not gonna work. You can copy his upsell sequence. That probably won't work. Why? Because you don't have the foundation built. So if you're an entrepreneur or business person, listen, you must build your business on a firm foundation. Because in reality, you maybe only have 1,000 people following you, not 10 million. Your systems can only handle maybe 10K in transactions, not 90 million. Your brand isn't known yet, so therefore you're not trusted. You have a small team, not a big team. So please, don't copy the tactics. I want you to, don't miss this. You need to build the firm foundation, the systems that will help your company scale and grow, that will allow these tactics to even work. So here's the call to action. Now, by watching this video, you know the truth about Alex Hormozi's $90 million launch. But here's what's gonna happen next. Every entrepreneur watching is gonna try to copy this launch strategy. They'll create a $6,000 package. They'll add an $18,000 upsell. They'll expect millions in revenue. And they're gonna fail. Not because the strategy's bad. We just watched Alex do it. But because they don't have the foundation built. The systems are the foundation. You can't copy someone with 10 million followers when you have 1,000. You can't handle 90 million in sales when your systems break at 10,000. You can't charge 18,000 when nobody knows who you are. You know what you can do? This is what you can do. You can start building the foundation today. Look, I've built revenue systems for clients who made over 50 million. Companies like Grant Cardone, over $1 billion, the Ritz-Carlton, Amley, DR Horton. The difference isn't the tactics. These tactics actually work for everyone's companies. It's having the systems that can handle this level of success. It's almost like the analogy of the farmer who prays for rain, but expects the rain to come, but he doesn't plow his field. You have to plow your field and get ready for the rain, okay? That's building the systems that you need that will scale as success comes. That is something you can do. And that's why I'm gonna offer to help you. I'm offering a free revenue systems call. I'll show you how to build the foundation that makes $1 million launches possible. Not just the tactics that only work with Alex's audience, but the actual systems that scale from wherever you are now. And I'm only doing 10 of these calls because each one requires me to audit your systems and build you a custom roadmap. So please, stop copying tactic design for someone 100 times your audience, but you can start building the systems that will support your success when it comes. Click the link below to book your call. And if this opened your eyes to what really drives business success, please subscribe and save this video, because I'm gonna break down every major launch system this year. So don't let another opportunity pass you by because your systems can't handle it.